He who is only an athlete is too crude, too vulgar, too much a savage. He who is a scholar is too soft, too effeminate. The ideal citizen is the scholar athlete, the man of thought, and the man of action. This is Plato's view on the ideal citizen and the ideal man. A man who is not too soft and not too effeminate like the scholar, the man who does not act out upon his values and upon his beliefs, but spends all day thinking. However, one must not fall into the trap of becoming the crude and savage athlete who only knows how to hunt, to run, to jump, to train, who is too obsessed with the physical aspect of life. That's Plato's view on becoming the ideal man, and I think that it's absolutely incredible and very important to consider. What point is there in being a strong man, able bodied, and well trained when you have no thoughts in your head, no original ideas, no ability to express those ideas, even if you did have them? And what point is there in thinking of these moral values and philosophizing if you have no body with which to act them out, or a body that is strictly not able to act out? Now, I think this is it's a really important ideal to try and follow. First of all, because it's very important to keep your life in balance, keep the aspects of your life in balance. And I think at its core, life is pretty simple. The elements of life are pretty simple. You have the physical element, you have your body, which really is your temple. It's the temple of your soul. You must really take care of it, and you must train. And that way, your body will serve you loyally throughout your whole life. And you can grow old without the restlessness of a body that is frail and weak. But that means preparation when you are young. That means training and preparing your body for old age. That being said, you must prepare your mind too. Your mind has to be sharp. You have to read the works of great men and appreciate them, respect them. If inspiration comes to you, write your own. If not, write down your thoughts, write down your ideas. Try to be original in some sense of the word, and keep your mind sharp too. Keep it almost on par with your body if you can. And I think one thing that Plato doesn't mention, but that I would mention personally, is the spiritual element of life. And I think that is partly where meditation comes in. I think it's something that's very important for the spirit. Everyone talks about the mind and the benefits meditation has on the brain, but I think it's whether you want to admit it or not, whether you agree with me or not, the spiritual element of your life is incredibly important. And I think that's why meditation really works. So I think if you can keep these three things in check and be in balance, then you will feel like you have a lot more potential, and that you can really fulfill a purpose, whatever you choose that purpose to be. And I think even that in itself, keeping yourself in balance, can be a purpose. Seeing whether you can unlock the full potential of your body and of your mind and of your spirit, and see what great things you can achieve with these three things. And I think they're very important. They're very strong tools. They're very undervalued tools. The body, the mind, and the spirit. And humans are capable of these incredible things. And I think you don't have to be someone extraordinary to do something great. I think greatness is a lot simpler and a lot easier to achieve than we believe. But again, it comes back to these three things: keeping your body healthy, keeping your mind sharp, and keeping your spirit calm, and keeping these three things in balance. Another thing that's very important to mention, I think, is that whilst keeping these three things in balance, you actually take one of them more seriously than the other two. I feel like there's no point in being a jack of all trades when it comes to anything, really. And so if you have chosen, like me, to be more of an athlete, then go for it. Push that to its limit. Don't bring yourself down if you are not an incredible scholar, an incredible intellectual, but do not neglect that aspect either. And if you are someone who is more of an intellectual, a philosopher, do not bring yourself down if you are not an incredible athlete, if you are not an incredible fighter, or if your physical abilities or if you feel that your physical abilities are subpar, it doesn't matter. You have to focus on the thing that you are most passionate about, and you have to sharpen your abilities in that particular domain, whilst keeping the others, somewhat on par. Don't neglect them. Don't neglect them. That's the important thing. The balance does not have to be strictly equal between these three elements. You have to find the balance that's right for you. I think balance is not something that is symmetrical, and it never will be, because we're all so different, and we all have our own characters and personalities, and our own passions, and our the things that we're good at differ.